approximately 7,000 languages are spoken worldwide, and every 14 days, one of them dies. At this rate, nearly half of all the languages spoken on Earth will likely disappear in half a century. Communities are abandoning their native tongues in favor of more popular languages such as Mandarin, English, or Spanish. What is lost when a language goes silent? Let's take a look at one vanishing language called Lachi, or by its native tongue, Tu Te. It is spoken by roughly 7,863 people in North Vietnam near China. This number is slowly declining as the natives abandon their cultures for more popular languages and customs. Some things are being done to preserve the language. Vietnam recognizes the Lachi as an official ethnic group, and the hilly regions in North Vietnam where the Lachi live and practice their customs are being preserved. Some examples of the language are Kra, which means rose, and Bol, which means much or very. Since this language is dying out, some of the Lachi customs are going with it, such as their belief, practices, their architecture, how they dress, and how they eat. The Lachi believe in worshiping their ancestors. On holidays and special occasions, the men worship up to 3 generations and the women worship up to 2. According to custom, children are required to remember the anniversary of their parents' death. On those days, they cannot plant any new crops or lend or borrow money. The day of their parents' death is considered a bad day for growth and flourishment. Another cultural trait of the Lachi is how they dress. Men wear long robes made from 5 pieces of cloth with a row of buttons in the right underarm. They have long hair, usually belong shoulder length, and they wear turbans. They like to carry indigo bags around for tobacco, lighters, and other items. Women generally wear pants. Only a few wear skirts. The traditional clothing is comprised of a long dress with 4 panels, splits in front, and an embroidered chest piece with a cloth belt. Another cultural trait of the Lachi is how they prepare food and what they eat. The Lachi have a unique way to steam rice. First, rice is cooked to boiling in a big wok, then it is steamed in an earthen pot. When the rice is done, it is not dry and sticky, but it is wet. The Lachi have many ways of storing foods, but drying and salting meat are the most popular ways. Smoked water, buffalo skin, is a particular delicacy for the Lachi. One other important cultural trait of the Lachi is their housing and their architecture. The Lachi form villages on the hilly areas of Sufi and Xingman districts. The traditional Lachi house is a unique architectural mix of a stilt house, a house on the ground, and a storehouse, all built on a relatively small space. This combination of styles is a unique cultural trait of the Lachi. Each house has 2 parts, stilt section and a ground level section. The roof unites both of them. When moving into the new house, the owner has to invite the ritual specialist to come and frighten away evil spirits. He does so by using 3 stems of reeds to sweep the 4 corners of the house, starting from the corner of the parents' area. If the owner already has an altar at his old house, it will be replaced and put where the head of family would stay in the new house. For good luck, in the first 13 days of staying in the new house, it is a Lachi custom to always have a fire burning in the hearth. The Lachi language is slowly diminishing, while more popular languages are influencing their people, and the culturing is going along with it. If we wish to preserve this traditional ethnic culture, we need to preserve the lands that the Lachi live in and convince the Lachi to keep their native tongues and traditions. This is happening to languages all over the world, and we can choose to preserve the cultures that are slowly diminishing or watch them disappear as classic traditions and practices are lost as they are overwhelmed by the culture.
Man, who that is?
Shout out Migo, shout out Zayto one more time.
Drake at the Versace store.
Yeah. Versace, Medusa head on me like I'm Illuminati. This is a gated community, please get the fuck up the property. Rap must be changing cause I'm at the top and there's no one on top of me. Niggas be wanting a verse for a verse, but man, that's not a swap to me. Grinding in compliments, pool in the backyard that look like Metropolis. I think I'm selling $1 million for sweet man, I guess I'm an optimist. Born in Toronto, but sometimes I feel like Atlanta adopted.